Hey guys and gals, DJ X.A.N.A here, and we are back with another video for you. This time, aiming at Cop Cats and Champagne, formerly known as Top Hats and Champagne. Let's just say here, I'm not as much of a console peasant as I used to be, because I do have a gaming PC, but here's my problems with it. And why I still think consoles are far superior to PC. One, you don't have to worry about updates bricking your hardware. Whereas on PC, let's just say here the last Windows update that came out a while ago completely fucked up my network interface to the point where it would kick me off every 5 minutes, if not every hour, for some stupid reason, even though I'm on Ethernet. I mean, if I had a Wi-Fi card, that'd be a whole nother ball game, but that's not the case here. And two, video cards are still too bloody damn expensive. And yeah, I could upgrade for the price of the next PlayStation or the next Xbox, whatever, or I probably could have spent the $300 on a decent video card, but to be honest, consoles age more gracefully than PCs. And here's the other problem. So, number 3. You say you have backwards compatibility and can play any game from all the way back to DOS days. Right? Well, here's the problem with that. With the current Windows 10 architecture and the way it runs now, and I've seen this happen with Multimedia J, and he had to jump through so many damn hoops just to get Vice City and GTA 3 running properly on his current system, running an i7 6700K and a 1060. Whereas I could download the PS2 Classics version of Vice City and GTA 3 on my PS4, and or hell, even on the Xbox One X, they have backwards compatibility for that as well, on the native disc where you don't have to rebuy it. But still, though, it's there. PlayStation 3, on the launch units, we had backwards compatibility all the way back to the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. And if you modify it, you can even have a simple jailbreak. You can also play PSP games on there. So, there's that. Versus having to jump through so many hoops, editing so many files and registries, just to get older games to run, if not having to run a DOS-box emulator. And if you're looking to play Commodore 64 or something like that, well, you need an emulator for that too. So, that's kind of a moot point for the PC Master Race there. And 4, portability. Now, this doesn't go for all consoles. Mostly, I'm talking the Nintendo Switch. Yes, you can get something like the GPD Win or the Razer Edge if you wanted to go that far back with its controller adapter, but that's going to cost you over $2,000 versus $300 for a Nintendo Switch. Or if you're just wanting to play handheld mode, you got $200. Okay? And you know, the portability factor, I can put my standard Switch on the dock, play on TV, and let's say here I need to go on a road trip or something like that, you know, and I'm playing Skyrim or Resident Evil Revelations, I can just pick it up off the dock, put it in my battery case, hop off in the car and go. Laptop, there's a bunch of shit ton plug, and then have to worry about another controller or an external mouse and trying to bring like a piece of wood if you want to try to play a PC in your car, you know, or a laptop in your car with a keyboard and mouse setup, or, you know, even for a controller, just to keep it level. You know, and good luck playing that shit on the plane, because it's hella uncomfortable. Because I watched Kyle from Bitwit, to try to do that, and it's not that feasible. I actually saw some guy on a flight about 2 years ago when I went to first go visit my now wife here, when I went to go first meet her for the first time. This dude played Skyrim for maybe about like 2 hours on his gaming laptop. I was playing the same game on my Switch. His computer died in 2 hours. And I still had a bunch more battery left because my battery case, and I also had the battery case hooked up to an external battery pack. It's like 2,800 milliamp hours. So, you know, in a much comfortable form factor. It's much easier to travel with. So, there's that. Or, you know, if you have the Wii U still kicking around, if you have like the Aki 3, I think like max you can bring with you is a 3,000 milliamp hour. You know, and it has a jack on there for wall adapters. You can plug your Wii U into that, play Call of Duty or whatever game that has the gamepad screenplay option, and go that route too if you want to go that route. But you know, much more portable with the Switch or the GPD Win 2 if you're on the PC side of things. Number 5, viruses. We don't have to deal with that shit. I mean, we can go to all the sketchy sites on the web and still not have to deal with that crap. So, PC Master Race, pwned. And 7. Oh boy. Really bad ports. I know some people would say, oh, but Ark was a terrible port on Switch. WWE 2K18 is a bad port on Switch. Okay, those are the two exceptions. But let's just say here, PC has had much worse. Batman Arkham Knight. Red Dead Redemption 2 at the latest. I mean, GTA 5 wasn't even running the best. It was having performance issues. Rockstar can't seem to get their shit together when it comes to PC gaming and getting things well optimized. And I'm not knocking on running with scissors, but, you know, game crashes out the ass on Postal 2 running on a modern machine. So, yeah. And although, yeah, high frame rate's all well and good, but then you're going to still run into the issues that Multimedia J ran in with GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So, and it doesn't matter if you're running the Steam version or the CD version. You know, so there's that. And plus, nowadays, or at least on the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro and possibly the PS5 and the next Xbox and possibly the next Switch, you can stream directly off the console to YouTube or Twitch or Ustream, whatever. It supports. And you don't need some other software and another capture card, a bunch of extra wires running about your setup just to stream. Where, as with trying to stream PC games, then you also have to worry about the load of the game, plus the load of your streaming software. Having to try to have an extra monitor or two hooked up, and hopefully your game doesn't crash because you have your multiple monitor setup. I ran into this in Spec Ops The Line, amongst a few other games in my Steam library. Uplay and so on and so forth that don't seem to work with multiple displays hooked up. So that's another major advantage consoles have over PC. So, thus, in my mind, consoles are far superior to PC in every way. Yeah, I mean, the only major con we have is what? Having to pay for online multiplayer? Whoop-de-fucking-do. At least I don't have to deal with cheaters and bootleggers and hackers on console multiplayer as often as I do on PC. I do see both sides of the equation, but to be honest, consoles are far superior. We even have sales, similar to Steam, on our own platforms. So, another point debunked for you. We can have games on the cheap, if we want. And until Steam puts it out worldwide, you can't resell your games. With physical copies on console, yeah, you can. Physical copies, as far as I know on PC, don't really exist. And if they do, they're also attached with a CD key that you can't reuse. So you can't really sell your physical copies even. Unless you're talking really old titles like Quake 1, Quake 2, Doom 2, that kind of stuff. So, good luck to the PC Master Race. I'd say you're kind of almost dead and irrelevant in this realm of gaming. Oh yeah, there was one thing I forgot to mention. And that is the cost of getting into VR. VR gaming, let's see here, $400 for the PlayStation 4 Pro, plus another $350 for the VR setup. PlayStation VR headset, processor, and controllers, and motion camera. Versus nearly $500, if not $1,000, to get the minimum specifications, if not the recommended specs, on my PC, just to be able to run the VR games, plus another $1,000 another $1,000 to $2,000, or even $500 at the low end, to try to get, like the HTC Vive or Oculus Rift. So, thus, another point debunked. It costs less on PlayStation to get into VR than it does on PC. PC Master Race, debunked. Now officially, peace out.